The following movie is rated NC-17.
Hi, Henny. Hi, Henny. Hi.
Hey guys, it's me again, Eric here at Mountaintop 9, and tonight I want to talk about the Lucio Fulci film Cat in the Brain, also known as Nightmare Concert. It came out back in 1990, and in this film, Lucio Fulci portrays himself, okay? He plays a horror film director who is so immersed in the work that he's churning out that when he goes home, he takes that work with him. He has nightmares about the violence and all of the extreme terror that he's putting on screen. Well, visions from all the films, they just plague his personal life, and he can't get all of these violent thoughts out of his head. So what he does to try to combat this problem, because he needs someone to talk to and get this stuff off his chest, is he goes to his psychiatrist and he explains to him, I'm a horror movie director and the stuff that I'm putting out on the screen, it's also coming home with me. I can't get all these crazy thoughts out of my head and just have a peaceful life. Well, he tells this psychiatrist this because he thinks, this is a guy I can trust. When you go to a doctor, you expect the doctor to fucking help you, right? Well, it turns out the psychiatrist is a maniac because this psychiatrist ends up going on a killing spree in real life and he tries to frame Lucio for the murders. So that's the story in a nutshell. But what really makes this film shine is just all of the gore that's on display. There is wall-to-wall bloody violence in this film. So if you're a gore hound, if you like to see a horror flick that doesn't skimp on the red stuff, this movie has got plenty of blood and guts on display. And the trick that they employed for this movie is that they used clips from previous horror films. So there's a couple Lucio Fulci films that they use clips from, and from other Italian horror movies of the late 80s. So let's get into that right now. I just want to give you a little taste. I want to tell you about some of the grisly scenes on display. You've got a scene where a guy is cooking meat from a woman's leg. He's gonna have a nice down-home dinner with that shit. He cuts a nice chunk of meat right out of the fucking leg, and then he goes and he grills it like a nice steak and then sits down to eat it. Now that's some good fucking eating right there, I gotta tell you right now. Then you get total dismemberment by chainsaw, limb by bloody limb, and the entrails are turned into some good down-on-the-farm hamburger. We're talking about making a great meal, motherfucker. Another girl gets her head chopped off with a hatchet, and it rolls right down a fucking hill. You also get a face melting, the features dripping down in a soupy, wet mess. There's another scene where a body is lying on the ground and a bunch of green shit starts exploding out of the chest. It's fucking amazing if you ask me. In another morbid scene, you see a faceless corpse with maggots crawling all over it. The sound effects are disgusting and they really ratchet up the creep factor. There's no doubt about it. There are so many memorable scenes in Cat in the Brain that I was only skimming the surface describing some of those to you. I've left out some really grisly chestnuts, trust me, because I don't want to spoil all the good, gruesome delights that are contained within this film. But I would like to point out some more funny bits in this movie. First of all, Lucio walks around looking like Elmer Fudd. There's a scene where he's laying in bed, trying to get some fucking sleep, and a gardener is outside with a chainsaw making all kinds of noise, and Lucio's just laying there in bed trying to rest his weary mind, and this chainsaw just won't shut the fuck up. So he goes outside, and this gardener with the chainsaw, he starts kind of ramming it towards him, and the camera's zooming in on Lucio, zooming back and forth, and he's ramming the chainsaw, ramming it back and forth. The way he's motioning the chainsaw, it looks like he wants to ram it right deep into Fulci's cavernous asshole. Just wants to ram it right up his ass. That's the kind of feeling you get from it. He's like, here, take this chainsaw, take it deep inside your ass. And then there's another funny part where Lucio, he's just finished filming that scene, okay? Where the guy cuts the chunk of meat out of the girl's leg and then he cooks it and eats it. Okay, well, Lucio just got done filming that. And he's on his lunch break now trying to go get some food, and he goes into the damn restaurant. He sits down, and this goofy ass waiter comes up and he offers some steak tartare, all right? And this shit looks bloody and whatnot. And Fulci looks at it and he's absolutely revolted because he has visions in his head of that shit that he just filmed. So, you know, Fulci has that in his head, and just the sight of that steak tartare, he's thinking in his head, I don't want that shit. Get that stuff the fuck out of my face. But yeah, man, I gotta tell you, Cat in the Brain, the thing I really love about it is it just has this quality to it. It doesn't take itself super seriously. Like, it's filled with gore from start to finish. It's filled with a lot of, you know, brutal murder and everything. But at the same time, there is a lighthearted element to it. It could have been really gritty and really bleak with all of the violence that's contained in it, but instead it kind of keeps a lighthearted, you know, tone as well. There's this nice little balance there. Yeah, guys, Cat in the Brain is definitely one you want to check out. If you call yourself a Lucio Fulci fan, then you know damn well about this movie. You've already seen it. But if you haven't, anyone out there who hasn't seen this movie, you need to check it out at once. It's not a hard film to find. And man, if you like a lot of blood in your movies, you will love Cat in the Brain for sure. So let me know in the comment section below what you think of Cat in the Brain. And guess what, guys? I'll be seeing you again really, really soon.
Brain Games is now over.